Okay, so we will look at the next lab, and this lab also the part of the machine learning. So the lab name is Google Cloud Speech API Quick Start, and also this is like a very fundamental lab, like how to use the Google Cloud Speech API. So in the yesterday's lab, like we look out how to use the Google Cloud Natural Language API, so which works on the text data. But as part of this lab, we will look how to access the speech API, which will work on the audio data, right? So what this basically like do is it will like take some audio as an input, and it will like translate the particular audio into the particular text. So we don't have to write any like our model or custom model. If we have to write, then we can write as well. We should have the training data, we have to train the model, and we can do that. But Google has already like created the model, and it is like a perfect model, so we can like use this the existing APIs. So to use these existing APIs, so there are many ways to use the existing API. So one is the simply using the gcloud command, like gcloud ml command, gcloud ml command. So gcloud ml is the command to use the machine learning capabilities. So speech APIs, natural language APIs, vision APIs, videos APIs, all these are related to the gcloud ml, that is the machine learning command. And under the gcloud ml, like which service we have to use, whether we have to use the language service, that means the like language API, whether we have to use the speech service, that is means the speech API. So it's depend upon that, and after that like it like a change. So in the yesterday's lab, when we explore the like natural language API, so we only like explore the gcloud command. But as part of this lab, we will explore the gcloud, like if we have to like use the Google Cloud Speech API using the gcloud command. So what is the gcloud command to use the Google Cloud Speech API? And if we we have to use the gcloud command, then on our system we have to like install the gcloud SDK, Google Cloud SDK, to use the gcloud command, and along with that we have to do some login, right? But if we don't want to like use the gcloud command, and we don't want to install the Google Cloud SDK, we want to just use the REST API. So we have the REST APIs as well available, both for the natural language and as well as the speech, for all the like services. So we can use the REST API. So as part of the REST API, we can use the like get post method. So in the speech API, so we are posting some content, so we are passing some speech, so we will use the post method in the REST API. So we are posting some speech, and in the output it will return the JSON, and the JSON the content will be the text. We can use the UI interface as well. So if we don't want to use the gcloud command, and we don't want to the REST API, so we can use the UI interface. Just log into the Google Cloud, I will show you, and just use the like drag and drop buttons, just and upload the file and click submit. We also use the client library. So client libraries are basically the third party library. So this generally basically like use when we have to like write our own like Python code, Java code. So at that time we use. So in this lab, like as part of this lab, they have used the REST API. In the natural language API, like in the yesterday's lab when we explored the natural language API, they have used the gcloud, and both are the command line basically. Like gcloud also run on the command, REST API also like run on the command. We can just use the curl or using the postman as well, right? And using the command line as well, because if we have to call the REST API, we can use the curl inbuilt tool and pass the URL, that's it. So it will return the like output. So but in today's lab, like they have used the REST API only. So first we will explore how to use the REST API, and after that we will explore how to use the gcloud, how to use the UI interface, and how to use the client libraries. But though even that was not the part of the lab, but still we will explore. So let's start the lab. let me copy the username and open the Google console. So let me paste the username and click next. Let me copy the password, enter the password, click next, accept. So the Google Cloud platform is open. So the console is open. Console means the UI window is open for the Google Cloud, where we can access all the services. Alright, so now we have the UI available. So to run the REST APIs, so we can't normally just simply a URL, we can't access the REST API directly. So there is some authentication part as well. So we have to pass the particular key. So first we will check whether the okay, let me do the agree and continue. So first let me check whether the particular API is enabled or not. So go to the API service and library. So let me search speech to cloud speech to text API. So API is already enabled for us, right? So API is already enabled. Now if within the API and service you could see the credentials, right? So we click on the credentials. Right, and here we can create the credential. So basically we can create the credential to access your enabled API. So if we have to access the APIs, then we need some authentication, so we can create the credentials. So as part of the credential we are accessing the API, so we have to use the API key. So it will create the credential. We will copy the particular credential and we can close it. So now we have created the API key. In the yesterday lab, we have created the service account. So API key is created. So let me go to the create an API key. So API key is created. So we have created the API key. Alright. So next is they have already next is just access the API. So they already provided us one compute engine virtual instance. So we will log into the virtual instance and we will try to access the particular API. Right, so let me set the variable as an API key equal to this, because otherwise every time I have to pass the particular API key, so which is generally not recommended to pass the API key. So better to set in some variable, any variable you can give. I give the API underscore key, you can give ABCD EFGH any, but it should be generally it is recommended should be something relevant. So we have set the API. Now the next is we need some audio file as well. So the audio file is already provided to us, right? So it is provided on the public Google Cloud storage bucket. So either or what we can do is, if we have audio file, we can create our own bucket and we can upload the particular file into our Google Cloud storage bucket. But they have the public cloud storage bucket and they have share with us. If we listen the particular sound.
How old is the Brooklyn Bridge?
So it is saying that how old is Brooklyn Bridge. So we will see whether it will so we have to use the REST API. So as part of the REST API, so we have to pass some request. So right now we don't have any anything, so we have to pass some request. In the request we have to pass the data, which data on which we have to perform some operation. The data is basically our audio file. so I have like created the request.json, and but right now it is empty, right? So let me open using the nano editor, right? And within that let me paste the JSON content. So as part of the JSON content, you could see like I am just passing the URL, that is the audio, and this is the JSON format. JSON format is key and value format, and as part of the we are just passing the like some flag format file. Like there are so many audio file mp3 like right. So similarly we have the .flac also the like the audio files. So I give the like a storage bucket like where the particular audio file is reside. Along with that, like we have to pass like other parameter as well in the configuration. In the configuration means like because this audio convert to text for so many languages. It can convert maybe like some Russian language, Japanese language, maybe I did not explore. So that's why like we have to tell the particular API, okay, so the particular audio file is of which language. So it is of English US, so that's why I passed the language code is English US. Along with that, the encoding, like whether it is a FLAC file, whether it is a mp3 file, or what kind of format it is. So we have passed that it is a FLAC. So let me save it. So the file is saved. So request is ready. So we have like created the request. Now the next thing is just like call the API. That's it. So I am like calling the API. To calling the API, we have the HTTP URL, that is the REST API. So that is the speech.googleapis.com v1 speech recognize. So here we are using the speech recognize method. So recognize, like there are so many methods. One is the recognize method, one is the sync recognize method, one is the long audio recognize method. So there are so many methods. So I will explain you like when we have to use like a various method. So and after like we are giving the question mark and we are passing the key, because to access this REST API we have to authenticate the particular key. So we are passing the key. We are just issuing the post command, and then the post command we are passing our request, and the request in the form of request.json. So that's why like we have to pass like okay, our content type is the application JSON. Alright, so let me hit that. So I got the output, and the output is how old is the Brooklyn Bridge, and the same is the audio. If you listen the audio carefully, the audio is saying that how old is the Brooklyn Bridge. So it is correctly predicted each and every word, and the confidence is 0.98. so 98% is the confidence. So how the model is confident that I am definitely sure, the model is say that I am 98% sure that this is the text like which I have heard, right? And so like yeah, that's done. And what we can do is rather than like displaying the content here over the terminal, we can route to the command using this operator, that is the greater than symbol, to some output file, that is the result.json. So I just put enter. Now the result.json is created, so I can like see the content as well. So the same content, how old is the Brooklyn Bridge, right? So that is the one way. So we can access the speech API using the REST API. So we have to just create the API key, and we can explore the like official documentation. So let me go to the official documentation. So this is the basic the command line. So using the we can call the using the REST API interface and the command and the curl command. So right. So first we have to generate some API key. After that we have to pass the request.json. So in the request.json we are passing some parameters. One is the audio URL, one is the encoding. Okay, this is the encoding. One is the language, and some other parameter if it is required, right? And then we are like using the curl command, and part of the curl command like we are issuing the post request. So here like where it is mentioned, it is the post is not mentioned, but in our official documentation we mentioned the post as well. Let me again show you. So you could see curl -s-x post, but here like they have not tell that it is post, or I am missing somewhere. Don't think it is like okay, so they have not mentioned. So rather than the like API key, they are using the authorization bearer. Authorization bearer is also the one of the authentication technique, which is a very basic technique using the user ID and password. So they are accessing the user ID and password from here, this command, and the output is generated, the how old is the Brooklyn key. So many like information. So as I show you, like we are passing the key as a speech is recognized, but there are like so many other ways as well. So if you are there is a long files, right? If you have the like long audio files, so if you have the long audio files, what you have to pass is the speech is should be the long running recognize. So rather than the recognize, we have to pass speech colon long running recognize. If it is, and if we want, so we don't have any audio, but if we want as I speak on the real time, the text should be generated, right? So it should be, rather than the recognize, it should be the sync recognize. So it is also mentioned in the documentation as well, I think. Sync recognize, yes. So we can use the sync recognize method to perform a streaming speech to text while the user is still speaking. So if we want the user is speaking and the text get generated, so we can use the sync recognize rather than the recognize method here. Okay, so we have explored the like how to use the REST API. Now we will see how to use the like Qcloud command. So this is the link for the Qcloud. So it is the exactly the same method. Let me remove the output, remove result.json, right here. So it is the like same method, that is the Qcloud ML command. As I told you, whatever the machine learning capabilities you want to use, you have to use the Qcloud ML command, and after that it will decide, okay, under the ML which operation you want to perform, whether you want to perform the speech operation, whether you want to perform the vision operation, whether you want to perform the video operation, whether you want to perform the natural language operation, and within the speech what you want to do, whether you want to do some recognize or what operation you want to. So within the speech we have to want to recognize. Okay, so okay, which file you want to recognize, so we have to pass the like the file name and then some parameter, that is the language is. So if I press enter, so you could see like the text is generated, how old is the Brooklyn Bridge, and the confidence is 98% basically. So we could see like how to use the Qcloud. So it is the same command with a minute difference. So rather than the speech, we are using the like we use the language in the language API, that is the natural language. So as in the yesterday lab like we explore only the like Qcloud command, but in the today's lab we explore the REST API, we explore the Qcloud. Now come to the user interface. So we have the user interface as well. If you go to the navigation menu and if you scroll down and go to the like artificial intelligence section, so in the artificial intelligence section, so you go to the speech to text. So if you click on the speech to text, like, so you have the user interface, you just click on the create transcription, right, and you can like upload your file, right. So you can upload your file, and you can like select your encoding technique, whether it is a FLAC file, MP3 file, AMR file, what kind of file like you are using, WEBM files, right. And I have not tried this, but yes, we have the UI services as well. And the fourth option is the client libraries. So if you have to write some code, and using the code you want to access the particular API, so we have the client library, and client library is present using the like multiple language, Go language, Java language, Node.js, and the Python. So if you go to the Python, so we have the like a third party library, Google Cloud Speech. So we have to first install the Google Cloud Speech, then we have to import the particular library from google.cloud import speech, and then we have to follow this particular code, like instantaneous create a particular object speech client, and then we have to pass will initiate the data. Okay, so this is the data, and then some like operation we have to perform, right. So we have some recognize method, so we have to pass the recognize method, and under that we have to pass the configuration and the audio. Then it will generate the like a response. Then we can simply run a like a for loop, and we can like display the output. Okay, so we have explored the client library, UI interface, REST API, and the Qcloud. Even though the lab is just for the REST API, but still like for the learning purpose, so we should like aware what all other options are like available. So now we are aware like what all other options we have aware. I will like paste all these links. If you want to explore like more about some official documentation, I will like give all this link in the description. Yeah, thank you. So that's the end of the lab. It's a very like a quick startup. So we have the cloud speech API and how to use that, what are the various options. Yeah, thank you.